hire a person to do what they do best, and you shouldn't try to make them do something else that isn't necessarily their strong suit.
Right.
So many people think that all session work, they'll mold it into just this one thing that is a big part of it, but isn't every single scenario. Meaning, it's always going to be they're going to throw a piece of sheet music in front of you, or they're going to play you a demo.
Or a piece of shit music.
Exactly, yep.
Had that plenty of times.
Right, and you have to sight read it perfectly, and if you miss one note, your career is over.
Soiled it! Soiled it!
And I mean...
Maybe at the higher levels, for sure.
Well, yeah, no, that's the thing, though. It's like, that is an element of it, but that's not every scenario.
Yeah,
like, Steve Lukather was always brought in because they knew he was going to come up with a cool part. But then you would have those other scenarios where you would call Tommy Tedesco in for, where this is a fully written out piece that's going to be part of a television or a film score, and we need this done like that.
Right, right.
But every scenario is different. What's the majority of your session work been like?
I guess for the most part, it's been a lot more, because there are, like you're saying, there are kind of two spheres to it, and it's about like hiring somebody for personal identity of their playing, or just because you need bass on a track.
I need it!
And you know this person's reliable. For me, it's mostly just that somebody needs bass on a track or on an album. They don't know me for me exactly, so I'm just trying to emulate whatever I think looks best for that style of music.
Right.
Typically, it's like, tone knob rolled all the way off and little background. Not so. I haven't been asked most of the time to like write a part for a session.
Part's written out for you, and you gotta...
Yeah, usually the part's written out. Or I just, I have chords, but I'm told to keep it pretty simple.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and that's fine because it's not a lot of thought.
Right.
You can kind of just do it. I mean, once you get good at like reading a piece of music, it's like, oh, I got session work today. You don't have to think about coming up with presenting something.
Kind of like how Steely Dan would work with Chuck Rainey. They didn't write out a full bass line. They knew what Chuck could do.
Right.
Sometimes Walter would sit with him and they would work out a part together.
Yeah, yeah.
But generally they want him to do what he thought was the best interpretation.
If Chuck Rainey was playing, he and Chuck would get together and just play around with it a little bit and come up with something, interacted nicely with the rest of the parts. There's some things you can't write out, I think, or maybe are not worth writing out in a sense. On the lead sheets, you want to write out enough so the song is
just the intention, and then kind of
right, and then let's that's why you hire certain guys, is they're gonna take what's written and do something interesting with it.
And I feel like that's particularly common with bass.
Yeah.
That people will ask for a bassist to write a cool bass line for a song.
See, no one says cool anymore. Now we say choral.
Right.
Even if it's like 2-bar loop or something like that,
Yeah.
they want to throw on it. Like they want that artistic intrigue from somebody who plays the instrument.
Exactly.
You're not gonna hire like Les Claypool and have like, okay, we just need like something to support the song.
No. No. You hire Les Claypool to play the most insane bass line you ever heard and sing over top of it as well.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's like,
You
how
hire
on
him to
earth
be
are you
him.
doing-
Yeah, I don't know, man. That guy's nuts.
Yeah.